Alright, I think I'm live, hopefully. I think I am live, at least according to YouTube. Hopefully. The stream is a black screen, but that's on purpose. I'd like to boot up the game and show you the startup as well. So, let's do that. Hello, I am launching Radio the Universe demo, because demo is all we have for now. And let's see if it works. Huh? There you go. So, should be showing on the stream and should be hearable. I hope it's not too loud, so let me know if I'm assaulting your ears. So this is the boot up screen for this, which I quite like. It's a bunch of supposedly random nonsense, but there's certain phrases and little bits in there that also show up, like this "do not contact," you know, setting the scene, setting a mood. And also the audio is my stuff balked. What do you mean? So is something broken on my end as well that I should fix, or is everything fine? Alright, so I'm gonna try and go through the game because I've already played through the entire demo twice. Balked equals broken, I know. I'm just hoping it works on my end. So, I just really like the atmosphere of this, and so I'm going to try and highlight as I go through what exactly it is I like, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll press any key. Apparently I've clicked out of the window in the meantime, so there we go. Nice, Steam. Thank you for showing up. Okay, I've got Steam on Do Not Disturb, so hopefully nobody's gonna disturb me. Also, I'd like you to just appreciate how nice these transitions are in this screen. Like between... That effect is so nice. I kinda wanna, you know, look at it in slow motion just to see what it looks like, honestly. But you've got... I'm very glad, because the first time I booted this, it booted on my integrated graphics. And on the integrated graphics, it determined I couldn't use 60 FPS mode, but thankfully I've got it sorted and it's gonna run in 60 FPS, so hopefully it's gonna look nice. But yeah, anyway, this menu is not very you know, populated, so you know, I've got the two demos that I've already beaten. As you can see, I spent a bunch of time in this game already for a demo anyway. So yeah, let's boot it up. So yeah, the game just opens like that. You can... This is the player character. It's like this girl in a yellow question mark raincoat, maybe. You know, you've got your basic movement options. You've got your... I'm pressing the wrong key again. You've got your like dodge slash if you hold it you start sprinting. You've got a gun which you get later. You've got a light blade attack. You've got a charged blade attack if you hold the button. Actually, I probably shouldn't be explaining this because we are gonna go through a tutorial. But anyway, yeah. So just already, I just like the look of this game and the feel, the atmosphere so much. It's like you've got the sounds. I don't know how many people are working on this game, but like the sound, atmospheric sounds, the effects like chromatic aberration, the pixelation, but also like the level of detail in the texture work and all of this, it's just great. The only thing I feel is slightly janky are actually the player model animations, like player character animations. I feel like these could be a bit better, especially the run. I don't know, the legs just feel weird, but maybe that's gonna change in the final release. So anyway, like you've got those little highlights that indicate that you can go to another screen there. Nice parallax effect, you know, on the background there. And here's the introduction to moving around, which I've actually kind of slightly broken. I like the art style. Yeah, I love this art style, absolutely. So, as you can see, if I press the jump button, I can jump between, it's like pseudo-platforming in this, despite this being a top-down 2D game. You can actually jump on stuff, you can jump off stuff, you can, I think, drop off stuff if you just hold the button for a while. So there's actually a surprisingly complicated movement system. It took me a while to get used to it at first, but I'm comfortable with it. Like, you know, you've got the entire environment of this game. It's just... like it immediately sparked my interest. Oh yeah, there's this little HUD that appears. I'm gonna try and make... You see, when you jump, you get this little HUD. But I don't think it conveys any like information that's particularly gameplay focused, but I just like the little detail of it appearing, and then there's like a frame or two at the beginning and at the end of it's saying like HUD.sleep, HUD.wake. It's such a nice touch stylistically, and I think it informs us that we are playing as some kind of cyborg, or you know, some kind of enhanced individual at the very least, you know, judging by the HUD and the mechanical sound a girl makes when she walks. So anyway, I'm gonna drop down. There's no fall damage in this game, as you might imagine, judging from the intro. Yeah, the system of like moving around and jumping and stuff sometimes feels weird, I'll be honest. The game was made for artsy people who also program. Perhaps, you know, maybe that's why it appeals to me so much. I don't know if I'd describe myself as a particularly artsy person, but I bet others would. I'm not entirely against the idea. So anyway. This is the first place in the demo where you can actually die. Yeah, it tells you how to sprint. You hold S and right. Okay, there you go. We're running away from a cloud of spooky dust into a hole. And I just want to say, like, these little effects, these little effects and sound effects when you get through all of this, I just, you know, the style of this. Okay, I think this is where you get introduced to actually attacking. Yeah, D is melee, and hold D is heavy melee. So there's a bunch of enemies in this room. There's this attack. When you sprint and light melee, you do this like double attack, and I think it's the most effective melee option you actually have is this attack. Let me know if this is too loud or not, because I feel like I'm speaking slightly louder because of how loud the game is in my headphones. So anyway, yeah, this is just the basic section. This is like your most basic enemies. Oh yeah, at the start you don't have a lot of health, so I've just died in one hit. You want to be a bit more careful than I was. And this room introduces you also to, you know, a bit more about fighting, a bit more about that, you know, you have to know how to move around enemies, how to dodge, to get out of a swarm, and it also introduces you to these funny switches, which, you know, these switches are switches, so you hit both of those, and then I'm actually not sure what happens when you hit both of those, because you can jump down regardless. So I'm not sure what changed when I hit those. Is there anything changing? Because I don't think I've noticed anything changing the first time I played this, but maybe if I go back there's something. Oh. 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 Isn't this... Was this... Am I blind? Is it enough to hit one of those to open the door and the other one's just for decoration? Anyway. So yeah, that's the first and I think might be the only cutscene in the demo. You've got like the pixel, still the pixel style, but a maybe higher, well, more of the screen is taken up by the characters, you can see at a higher resolution. You know, it's just really adds to the atmosphere of eeriness and question, like a big question mark of what's happening. Got this section introduces you to these boxes which you can whack, and if you whack them, you can break them. We are not alone. Well, I'm streaming this on YouTube, so other people might show up. Like this fine man who appreciates Jurati from TF2. Yeah, this is... You can jump down here and murder these two guys, but you don't have to. It's not really... in the demo, there's not that much in terms of storytelling. There's a bit, like this little phone in here. Oh, I should have... there's gonna be an opportunity for that later as well. You've reached network services, the network is offline. Your estimated wait time is 4,294,967,296 minutes. Please stay on the line. This really reminds me of Portal 2, and when you wake up like the second or third time, you got the, you know, you've been in suspension for 99999. Really reminds me of that. So, like, just look at this HUD down there. You know, you've got something that is slightly techy. Like, it looks like a HUD that was kind of designed to be clean, but then because of the glitchy effects applied to it, it's like chromatic aberration, which is the fact that the letters are kind of split into 3 channels, so red, green, and blue, and the red and blue channels are slightly offset horizontally. You've got the little scan line errors going up and like going from up to down, and I think there's even more like discoloration and like analog damage applied to it. I just, you know, I've always liked these this kind of aesthetic, and this game just absolutely nails that. Also, you can see when I turn around here that... Did you see it? I think it's like the girl's eyes like glow red at some point, I think, or maybe it was just the lighting. Oh yeah, lighting, by the way. Look at how the character gets actually lit in the dark places, you know? Like, this is a pixelated game. You know, those are not exactly the same as 3D games where you can kind of take shading and lighting for granted. A lot of 3D games, a lot of pixel games don't actually have this. It's nice, you can see like her head slightly glows. Yeah, this place is where you get introduced to the main gimmick of the game, at least the main gimmick that is present. Oh, pardon. At least the main gimmick that is present in the demo, which is how the game gets you to use your brain while you fight stuff. So, as you can read in here, powered enemies drop XP when killed with exactly 0 HP. So, it looks like this, right? This guy has 6 HP, so if I hit him with 3 light attacks, which each do 2, he drops a bunch of additional points, which also have a very nice sound, and are just very pleasant to collect. You know, gamers like to collect stuff, I am a gamer, etc, etc. But this guy has 5 HP, which means I can't actually get him with an even number. I'll have to get him with, for example, a charge attack, which does 3. And then I hit him once, and then he gets damaged, right? Now, the thing about this, that is soon enough gonna be very visible, is when there's more enemies on the screen, it becomes a bit harder to nail this. So, for example, in here, it's still manageable, but these guys are next to each other, so I want to first pick this guy off, and then this one. Because otherwise I could have hit... yeah, this is... then you have to run away from this section because there's too many enemies. But basically, you wanna be very careful, because this attack that applies like these 2 swings in a fashion is very effective because it has a lot of range. And it can damage a lot of enemies at once, but it's balanced by the fact that if you want to actually get them to exactly 0 HP, well, you want to be careful about this attack, because this attack, well, it's gonna hit them for 2, and then, you know, 1 health remaining, you don't have an attack that does 1. So you have to kind of carefully use what you have at your disposal. How do you feel about Bravely Default? I've not played Bravely Default, so I'd have to look it up. Might want to look at... You know what? I'll look at it maybe towards the end of this. Oop, oop. Yeah, there's one thing about this game is sometimes dropping down holes is slightly difficult. Also, this is nothing. This station doesn't do nothing, and these boxes don't drop anything. There's special boxes later that drop something, and they look slightly different, so... Yeah, so here's the section of the demo where we obtain a weapon. It's just more of the HUD. I just love this HUD. You know, it's like, it hits. Bravely Default is fun. It's an RPG. They took the job system and ramped it way up. I'll look it up. No, I've not played that many single player games actually. No. I just appreciate this HUD so much. It's like, because I love, when I draw, I really like focusing on trying to convey a lot, or maybe like convey the appearance of detail using like very low res something, like thick lines for example. I are not enjoying I've not played many. I'm not saying I don't enjoy them. I've played a couple. It's just I've always been I've always been playing like CSGO, TF2, Rocket League, stuff like that, and I've been doing that with friends usually. That's kind of my go-to. So I'm not saying I don't enjoy them. I just have definitely been slacking in terms of actually playing them. So I am kind of a sucker for these this kind of aesthetic, and trying to do, you know, trying to convey a certain appearance, or like convey stuff using a low resolution of information, like whether it be trying to, you know, do something with thick lines, which are an example. doing, because low res, right? It's like you don't have, like in low res with pixels. Whoops. Low res with pixels is like it's self-explanatory, right? You just have less pixels to actually show stuff. But then thick lines are also, I think, kind of a low resolution style of drawing, because if you do that, you have way less space on the image to actually place detail in if you want to make to keep the style looking good. The style, like thick line style, heavily depends on maintaining readability. So like you can look at it and see what it looks like. It's what it's supposed to represent, despite it being low in detail. And I just think this game, honestly, just absolutely nails that. Like, it's at the same time, it's the style is very clearly pixelated, but all the additional effects, the way the animations are done, for example, look at the way you collect. Whoops, I'm not, as per usual, I'm very bad at talking and doing things at the same time. But look at the way you absorb this XP. Like, if you look at this, the animations of these things, I think that's not even like a baked-in sprite animation. They are probably generated on the go to seem a bit more smooth, but at the same time maintain the shape. It's just like such a small detail, but I really appreciate it because it keeps the low-res style, but at the same time finds ways to convey, you know, more information in an interesting way. And I just, man, that just is absolutely what I want to see. You just dispense with these guys. Right, I totally forgot I have a gun. I kind of often do in this demo, but just, yeah, I kind of wish you could read these notes on the walls, because it feels like they could convey some information, but like for now it's not possible. Like, this room is mostly just you know, there's an exit side towards the right, but you can't go to the right, because if you do, you die. Just like that. I like this little indicator that if you hold right near an edge like this, like if you hold the direction towards the edge, you get this, like, you know, warning sign and the question mark meters. It's just, you know, if you want to go with the theme of the character actually seeing the HUD as well, it's just a really nice way to go about it. You know, this little notification. And I also like that it actually lets you jump off, which kind of becomes a game mechanic later on as well. Also, there's this symbol, there's like shuriken or whatever, and the player character also has a shuriken on the back, which I don't know what that means. Anyway, I also don't know if this is a train or an elevator because of the perspective. I think it's supposed to be going down, though. Yeah, it's an elevator. Just look at this background, it's so nice. It keeps this nice palette with dark colors being slightly, I think, bluish green in tint, and the orange glowing accents. It's just such a cool visual. I don't know how... it's kind of a waste to explain visuals with words sometimes. Because it's a visual, you can just look at it. But still, like, the color palette of this is great. No, you've got... Is this your favorite video game now? Also switch to live chat. I am on live chat. I'm not responding to Mr. Jarati guy because I don't want my entire stream to be talking about the jar of piss from TF2. Sorry, I'm just not gonna entertain the notion. Maybe it's rude for me, maybe. Yeah, like you get to explore this little area, and you got the hole. And when you jump down the hole, I think this is what's going to be. I think this is going to be the hub area for the actual game when it releases. You know, you've got a little phone there. You've got these two here, which you can't actually access, but you can access them in another location. So you can, at phone, you can once again appreciate the little HUD elements that have been done here. Doesn't this just look great? Look, you've got carbon blade, you've got hydraulics. These are... This menu is slightly unclear, because these upgrades I already have, kind of by default. This one is the next one available to buy, and these ones are not available yet. But you can still... Yeah. Just... You know? You just have this little animation that's just beautifully done. And this is just a menu. And yet it's so nicely stylized. Is this your favorite video game now? I don't know if this is my favorite video game now, but I appreciate it a lot, you know? Oh, I already have this, so I guess this one is actually the one purchased. Yeah, it's not the clearest UI, I'll be honest, but... Just, you know, just everything about this. The style, the sound effects, the nice, You've got the nice transitions between screens. Oops. When everything like fizzles out and transitions into another thing. You've got these little animations demonstrating like moves over here, which are very low in resolution still, but still work. You can tell what is supposed to be displayed on them. Can I... This attack does not overkill. I actually don't... Maybe that means that you can actually use this attack to always finish an enemy off even if they are at 1 health. It might be. Dash increases melee attack speed. There you go. And then those weapon upgrades like here. You can buy area damage. Yeah, another just very nice little demonstration. You know, next upgrade requires 50 cells. Which I don't have. Okay. I've actually never checked this door out. I've never been here. What is this? Shield will block 1 hit. Shield will... there's something like jumping around, flying around, you know. What is this? Oh, wait a second. Why have I never been in this door? There's like all kinds of weapons here. You can... There's like... Oh, and you can test stuff out on these guys. Nice. I've never noticed this room for some reason. I've just always gone down. Oh yeah, this is a battery box. I think you can... Can you not? I thought you can hit those... Like, gain some of the experience points. Anyway, what's the... Is this a different gun? Ooh, it's like a pistol. I've never checked this out. Currently unavailable. Well, unfortunate. There you go, that's some new stuff. So, generally there's like this 2 and 3, which are blocked off and not available in the demo. There's these little stations up here and up on the other side, which want you to have admin keys, which as far as I'm aware you can't actually find in the demo. Need 1 admin keys, you have 0. There's some collectibles, like extra collectibles in the game, in the demo, but they don't actually count as admin keys, so, you know. You can actually go to 1. And then number 1, yeah, you get introduced to these crates that carry experience, and you've got your first boss, which I slightly spoiled by walking into that room on accident. Generally, just... Ain't that sound just nice? Like, I keep gushing over it, and that's the whole reason for this stream. But I just really appreciate when a style is done right, because a lot of a lot of indie games don't get this quite well. Oh, yeah, so this guy's got an interesting movement pattern. Like attaches this little hook, and then I become stupid after that. Yeah, I now have extra health, so... And I have the pistol attack, which does 1 damage, so I could, you know... Whoops. Even if I get him to like 1 HP, I can actually still kill him. Hello Yaze, by the way. This is the game that inspired the drawing I sent to you. Oops. And this is the first boss. Ah, Hitler's dream is over. Ow. Actually, if I continue, oh yeah, if I continue like this, is it good? Well, it's just a demo, but I really like the stylization of it. The gameplay has some issues. It's, for example, very difficult to... I feel like the movement is sometimes a bit clunky in terms of how it makes you run, but maybe I'm honestly just, you know, used to running around in games a lot. And this game expects you to have more deliberate movements. Might be it. But I'm just spamming run like I'm playing Mario, you know. But this is not how it's supposed to be played. Might well be. But I'd recommend it. The game's called Radio the Universe, as in the title of the stream, and I've also linked it in the description. And it's only a demo. The game, it's not. I'm not playing the demo because I just don't want to buy the game. It's just only a demo is available for now. You can jump over this guy's chain if you try hard enough. But yeah, so that sometimes feels janky. There's a mechanic later that uses the dodge, like, ow, the dodge bash, question mark, that feels actually like nicer to execute than this jumping over the rail bit, the chain bit, which might be that maybe it's intentional, maybe it's not. Oh lord. No, shooting this guy is clearly not the best idea. Oh. See now, as per usual, the problem is as soon as I stop focusing on playing the game and start focusing on doing things, on talking, it goes worse. You know, I might either shut up for a moment and try and beat the boss like nature intended, or I'll keep talking and I'll be on the one boss forever. So I think I'll shut up for a moment, just let you appreciate the general feel of this. Oh lord, that's not any better. I'm now on 1 HP. Can I clutch? Apparently not. Maybe I can. Who knows? Nope. You know what? There's certainly one thing I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be probably taking some screenshots of this game and trying to study the color choices of it. For example, like of the HUD. Maybe try and recreate this in a on a JavaScript canvas. I'm talking again, am I not? Looking out of that corner, damn it. Because I just, you know what? When I see stuff that's this nicely done, it just inspires me to try it myself. It's like, can I make this effect? And the answer is sometimes yes, sometimes no. But generally, every try like that, even if I feel like what I've done is nowhere near the quality of the original, it always feels like it was worth it. Because at the end of the day, you know, I've learned. There we go. Because at the end of the day, I feel like I've learned. And even just like playing a game like this, I just look at everything and I feel like, oh, this is a color palette I could probably use, you know. Oh, this is an interesting way to shade stuff. You know, this is an interesting way to convey information. Stuff like that. And it generally just becomes applicable in basically any form of work or like fun I have or stuff I draw, like anything I do. Basically, all this information, all this experience kind of transfers. It's almost like we, like, you know, I don't know, it all exists in the same reality or something. So yeah, here's on the right, you can see there's a collectible there. And it is not actually an admin key, as the things require, because I thought that it was. I collected it, I went all the way back to the hub, only to find out that's not what it actually means. So yeah, if you want to get it, you want to jump down, and to jump down you want to, I think, sprint over the edge is the easiest way to do it. Or maybe hold it for long enough. Yeah, if you hold it for long enough, she decides to fall. There you go. And you land there, and you can open this. Now, you know, looks like a key, right? Looks like a key graphic. I'm not crazy. I think, but despite that, it doesn't count as an admin key for the hub. So I don't know what this is. You know, I want to find out in the full game. This is a teaser, I suppose. So anyway, this is a new enemy type. This guy fires like this little cone, so like one of the 4 directions is blocked by him, and that stuff does a lot of damage. I really don't want to be caught in that. It like wipes you out in one hit, I'm fairly certain. So this room I managed, the first time I played this room, I managed to cheese it, because you're supposed to do this, where you like break this and go up there and click the switch. But what I've managed to do before that is I've managed to somehow, yeah, do this. So apparently I've cheesed it again. You can just jump up the ladder regardless of that being closed. Yeah, so proof of concept. Yeah, you see, now I've made that guy low to 1 HP, so I had to finish him up off with 1 hit. I'm gonna go back down, just to, you know, because there's also one more room down there that I want to show you. Yeah, you have to attack these boxes from one particular direction. I'm not sure why exactly. Yeah, here's a good example of having to be careful. So there's actually enough enemies in this room that if I attack with the, you know, double spin attack, like they all get a lot of damage done to them, and I have to be careful to not accidentally kill any of them with the, yeah, like now that I have the one damage pistol, it becomes a bit easier, but you know, generally. I don't know. I feel like I might be sounding like, oh look, a man discovers his first video game. But like, you know what? I'm gonna appreciate it regardless. Yeah, this spinning attack is very good to cause damage. This guy also does a lot of damage when he stomps. There we go. I don't know if that was supposed to be a boss or not. Like Zelda meets Metroid with a sort of future Chrono Trigger aesthetic. Well, I am aware of 2 of those. Chrono Trigger I am aware of, but I don't think I've ever seen. Yeah, then you've got this little place, which is like, no. I don't know what this actually is. There's some places to the side there. Those places you can come out of. This is like a little church, even with a cross, you know. So that suggests Christianity is real in this universe. Take that as you know, third melee attack enhanced, and we got a phone. Take whatever you want from that. Apparently, you know, Christianity exists in this universe. Don't know what that would mean. Faster reload after chaining 3 melee hits. Yep, that's pretty good. One additional firearm is gonna be useful later as well, because you soon get another one. I didn't realize the pistol existed before, so okay, and now I only have 18. You can see in the top left corner I only have 18, but these cost like 74. I think it is always like whichever upgrade you buy. Crisis King is a universal concept. Damn right. And also, there's a secret in here. Look, if you get on the little pew, I think it's called in English, and you don't jump off it accidentally, you can get on this pillar. Okay, please. Okay, you can get on this. As I said, you can get on this, and you can jump up here. And if you jump up here, you can get here, and you can open this box with a totally not key. Number 11. Or 02, I guess. Maybe that's in binary? I didn't actually look enough, but this, actually, this wall here is not a wall, it's a door that you open from the other side and create a shortcut later. So, I don't know. If you are a shortcut appreciator, you can... I don't know. This game has a... I wonder if in the full game you can actually maybe look at more stuff in the environment and get, I don't know, like special prompts for that. Regardless, this boss is actually like a combination of the previous boss that stomps stuff, but it also has this little like it has a little circle that limits your movement, and it also then stomps, you know, near you. So you want to be very careful not to get caught by either of these attacks. I think the stomp might either insta-kill you or almost insta-kill you. I betcha I'll get to experience that. Kind of, oh yeah, worst instance of this guy is when he does the large circle attack and then he does a small circle attack shortly after. And here I think it shows that I'm not careful enough for this game, because if I keep sprinting is actually sprinting is actually inaccurate enough to the point where you can easily run into the wall this guy spawns, for example. But the thing is, this nice double rotation attack is triggered by you sprinting, so you kind of have to have this risk reward of okay, I can sprint and do damage faster, but then that puts me at a potential, you know, hit from the ring damage. Okay, like 10 more hits like this, and we are gonna be good. Oops, ah, damn it, I jumped into it. I also don't know what this little flying thing is. I don't know if that's like it's supposed to be representing the shield or the third melee hit upgrade. Yeah, you see? There's like a little flame attack if I spam it 3 times in a row. Maybe it's, you know. There we go. Leaves a little... I think there's a different effect if you kill him without the like full zero. Fairly certain that's how that works. Okay, so here's also a little thing. There's a terminal here, and there's also a wall that you unlock from the other side to create a shortcut. Yeah, and in here there's a little transmission. What are you looking for? Anything related to sensation of falling, spinning. Some report sensations of drowning. How about a whirlpool? Is it recurring? Yes. Whirlpools are common. What happens? I'm standing on a shore. I walk towards the whirlpool. I can't walk in any other direction. That's it. I see. Do you see inside the whirlpool? What? No, I never see inside. I wake up before that happens. I see. How many others see the same thing? I didn't say that others see the same thing. You implied it. How many others? What even causes something like this? It's merely a physiological response. Well, I think that people are acclimating to changes in acceleration. They're telling us something. What is happening? Thank you for your participation. Transmission end. So I assume in the full game there's gonna be more of those, or maybe you could see more information about the world. I kinda like it's pretty fast and snappy. It's hard to actually read at the rate that appears. I think I bugged the game and it's now playing the dialogue sound effect over repeated forever. Can I? Okay, I think I fixed it. Acclimated. Okay, that makes more sense. I was trying to I think read the I in I was doing it wrong. The point is. There we go. And then this guy. Ow. Bastard. Hit me. Acclimated. No. One day I will actually learn how to pronounce English words and you probably are gonna be slightly proud of me. There we go. Like, see, I'm not totally horrible at this game. I promise. I can sometimes kill enemies without dying. Boop. There we go. And you jump up here, and then you jump up there, and then you hit the switch. That opens the door. There's a secret there, but how do we access it? Well, there's another boss. There's this guy, which has a similar blade to our character. See? Maybe even the same blade. I kinda wanna stay away from... Yeah, you wanna... I hope you don't feel like I'm shaming you for correcting your pronunciations. No, you're helping me. I'm absolutely down to learn how to pronounce English better. Like, why wouldn't I? You know that people actually pay to, you know, talk to native speakers and, you know, have them correct their pronunciation over here. And, like, probably in other countries that don't natively speak English, so... You know what? Maybe you should actually be charging me. See, it even has the little shuriken symbol as well. So maybe like that's and it's also yellow, just like our player character. So maybe it's like an android or cyborg from the same series. You know, products. I don't know. Let the speculation run wild. Don't corner me, please. Thanks. Yeah, it even has like the same idea that it attacks, has a light and a heavy attack. Please? Okay. Yeah, you can do a little... Like, it's funny that a game like this is not exactly a game you would expect to have platforming, but it does. Does YW stand for your win? Because if it does, I get it. If it doesn't... Also, don't let me stop you from going on the thing you were supposed to go to, because... oh yeah, this room also introduces you to the fact that these enemies can hit one another. which introduces another, like, you want to dispose of them quickly and precisely. Oh, you're welcome. Yep. I appreciate it. You know, if the cost is me being called a dumbass, I also take it. So there's, I think, the shotgun, and this is another gun. So like this. Whoops. What the hell did I do? Yeah, you can press A here to swap. Box got rescheduled. All right. Yeah, you've got. I think this is the gun you charge, and it does like a shot. I don't know if it's piercing, but it does one, and then later it does another point of damage. And I thought that was like the gun was slow, but it lets you actually do 1 point of damage. I thought that was the appeal, but now I kinda don't know why that gun actually exists. It seems like it's worse than the pistol, so. Also, this area, I don't know what it is for aside from atmosphere. You can like do a little parkour, get out the window, and you can see like this entire place. There's some houses. I don't know if it's supposed to be. There's this weird effect when you get here, like everything shifts slightly. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know if it's like, are we standing on a waving platform, something like that? I don't know. But yeah, there's this little place. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing you can do here aside from fall off the edge and die. So, yeah. And you can actually go down here. And there's also not much down here aside from a lot of enemies that you can kill, but these are not what the game calls powered enemies, so they don't actually give you anything to kill them. Yeah, you just go down here. You can't break those barrels / pots. You can't go anywhere from here. It's just a little room. Not sure. Maybe there's something. Maybe something's gonna be there in the final game, like full game. Okay. Yeah, you can hit a switch, and now you've got a shortcut to this room. If you, in case you would later want to go back. And then there's actually a repeated enemy, because this guy was there before. I can use this opportunity to showcase the new gun I got. So, see, it does 1, and then later it does 2. Oh, it applies a debuff! So he like bleeds damage over time. Okay. Makes sense. There you go, and now he dies to that, doing 1 damage over time. I wonder if I hit him multiple times, would it stack the damage? So that could also introduce another level of complexity on top of this. Oh, pardon. Yeah, there's. I should use that like debuff gun more often. Also, the reload times, actually, I was surprised when I checked this, but the reload times are actually tied to the guns. So if I fire this gun and then hold switch to this, I can fire it still. You know, this one is actually gonna reload when I get back to it. So if I can carry more guns, it's actually helpful. Because in many games, stuff like this, like a utility like this, would have a common timer to it. Usually, and then you know you use the ability. You can swap, but you have to wait until you can use the other one. And this one is actually the guns, but you have to hold them to reload them. So I suppose that's the counter. That's the downside to counter the upside. Yeah, this is the mechanic I was talking about. You can dash through these, and dashing through these is actually very, like, it extends your dash a bit to actually cover the distance you want to travel, and it works really well. It's very intuitive, but the dashing, if I dash like that through the what is it called? if I dash like that through the chain of the chain boss, it doesn't quite work like that. I get stuck on the chain sometimes. I feel like they should just copy-paste the mechanics from there. Also, this is, in terms of criticism of this demo, this area is very horrible. Because the thing is, this is, before you hit this switch, I don't know if I think I can, yeah, I can hit it again. This goes down. So if I drop down there, I have no way to get back up easily. And it's easy to hold left from this section and just run off the edge. And then you have to go back down, like through the gate at the bottom of the screen, and go all the way back around to hit the switch again, so it actually works. I assume from, like, in the full game you will have to go through another thing to, like, get to this door, but for now you just get up here and then hit the second switch. And this is sort of the final boss of the demo. It's like these 3 heads that kind of spin. Oh, you can hold the pistol to do damage continuously. Just realized. So these 3 rotate and have, like, yeah, have attacks. Like, attack you one after the other until you kill one of them, in which case the rest regenerate HP after a short while and start getting faster and harder to dodge. So it's in your best interest to actually sort of stack damage. It's in your interest to stack damage sort of, you know, across them, like do damage to each of them and kill them all like one after the other before they can heal. So that you don't get the phase. I think I forgot to upgrade my HP. I think you can actually, if you... Yeah, this is the shortcut, there you go. So you unlock a shortcut to the boss room. So you can actually go back here, grab, I suppose, the shield, maybe? Yeah. And then you can also upgrade your stuff. Generate all life, yeah. Generate all life. 3, please. Oh, I didn't. I already have that one, I think. Enable full something. Okay, I don't have the charge for this. Switch equipment. Yeah, there's. So I can do like area damage, or I could heal myself with W. So it's like a special item I could use. I wonder if this game has controller support. Oh, also, this area is another place where the risk versus reward of sprinting comes in. So when you sprint on in this place, you can actually very easily go off the edge. You can very easily fall off the edge and die. And it's once again, you can risk, you know, you can make risky maneuvers. Of the benefit, you get to do damage faster. Drawback, you can fall and die instantly. So like there's a lot of risk for the reward. But if you are an extremely impatient individual, such as myself, you can't help but just dash everywhere. And yeah, that head also kills you instantly if you fall for it. Like I just did badly. The strat for it is kind of to get it on towards the left edge of the screen, slightly walk into its radius, and then quickly get out to the right. That works pretty well. But you can also dodge it in other ways, it's not that difficult. I've seen people complaining if this fight is too difficult, but I don't know, maybe I'm just not a gamer enough, but for me it is absolutely difficult enough. Like you get to use all that you've learned, all the mechanics. Sneed? Oh, hello there, good sir. I shall indeed sneed. Yeah, so now I kind of want to avoid hitting the guy on the bottom. He's close to death, so I don't want to... I want to first get the other guys to be low before I kill that. done. I'm gonna avoid doing the large melee swings because these can hit multiple targets at once easily. Just wanna get them all to like 2 HP basically. Oh. Just to be on the safe side. Okay, so getting this guy to 2 HP. This guy to 2 HP. And now just a matter of killing all of them. Oh god. Rather fast. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so if you don't manage to do this, you get to fight basically half, basically the fight from scratch, but there's only 2 of those heads, and they are faster and pissed off. There's surely lore on this screen. This is just a cutscene. I don't interact in any way, but don't really know. Point is, after this fight, you get your weapons disabled. I think weapons disabled. Yeah, I can't shoot or attack anymore. You know, I've got the glitched UI. This is locked, so I can't actually get out. So the only way to do anything is just to step on the pressure plate in the middle and go up. You know, there's the exit to the right once again. Oh, yeah, you can do that on accident. And then you have to go down and back up again if you're not careful. This is a trap for noobs like me. Clearly. Also, just want to point out the sound of this little like glitch effect. It's very nice. Really like it. I don't know how people make those sounds. I gotta learn that at some point, how to make sound effects like this. Because I feel like, you know, like visuals, some kind of functional visual you can probably manage. I guess sounds you could download from the internet. But like I could do some visuals probably. If I hypothetically were to make a game, I could probably make some visuals, some animations. I could make some UI design. I could program it, but in terms of sound and music, I just have absolutely no clue how that's done. So I feel like I should probably expand my knowledge in that regard. Yeah, we are kind of, we've arrived back at this place. You know, you can't actually get through these, so I assume these are part of the final game. You kind of come back to this room in other ways, and then you jump down this hole. And it's over. That's the whole demo. This is the end of the demo. We are always looking to improve. If you have questions or feedback, please share it with us on Steam via the Radio the Universe community tab. Thank you. So yeah, if you have any feedback for the devs, you know, should probably share it there, but generally, I don't know. There's just something about this that just appeals, about this demo and this game that appeals to me. And I think it's the combination of the aesthetic, the theme, and just how nicely it all comes together, because this feels very polished, especially for an early access game. Like this is a demo, but the demo, like the game isn't finished. My feedback's neat. I mean, fair enough, you know. I wanna take a look at this, a closer look at this game later, and try and maybe recreate some of these effects. Like for example, look at the background here, right? You've got a bunch of stuff going on. You've got noise, like these large rectangles kind of appearing. That noise is layered with chromatic aberration once again. The background is in pixels, but the pixels are more sparse than normal pixels. You've got like a grid pattern on them with lines in between. You've got the keyboard sound and appearing letters on the front layer. You know, you've got some sort of screen tear going on. You've got some artifacts horizontally appearing, like the lighter lines. There's so much stacked on top of one another just to make this little background. But it does so much for the atmosphere. You've got these little random errors on the text as well, like with little additional lines and colors. I feel like that's simulating analog damage, but I'm not familiar enough with analog damage to actually get it. So, you know, here's something that I suppose this is something that piqued my interest in recently. I think I was looking for another word. I frankly have no clue what that word was. So, yeah. You know, hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I shall depart. Doesn't quite do the same thing for me as it does for you, but it's nifty. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. At least it's nifty. It could have been, you know, your feedback could have been, you have awful taste in video games. Please depart from the realm of the living, or something like that. But instead he chose to say neat. I am grateful. Oh. Anyway, thanks for sticking with this with me for this little demo showcase, I suppose. And bye? Question mark. See ya in later.